Earlier, not quite the force they were once. They hosted the Africa Cup of Nations in the past. Of course, didn't have to qualify for that tournament. So then let's start with the Angolan national anthem. Pretty impressive reaction to the Gambian national anthem. Said they were excited. Gambia, who have never qualified for the World Cup. Entered the competition for the first time for the qualifying competition for the 1982 finals that took place in Spain. Didn't pick up any victories in that campaign, in their playoff. They did pick up one, though, in qualifying for Mexico 1986. Still didn't qualify, though. Didn't qualify for the rest as we look at the team then. Madu Job, one of the more experienced men, along with Omar Colley, the captain, building the base of this Gambia side. With Sane and Richter. And they'll be looking for Cisse up front with Barrow and Jallo to provide the spark. Parmadou Yanya has been dropped from the side, as is Mamadou Danso as well. They are on the bench this time around. That from the last match, which was a 1-0 win away in Morocco in an international friendly back in June. So the two skippers come to shake hands. Colley for Gambia, and the left winger Matthias for Angola. This is one of the ties of the round between the Gambia and Angola. It's a fascinating matchup in prospect between two sides. Even though there's 40 places between them, I think Gambia can well fancy their chances, particularly at home. So then this is the team put out by the Angolan interim coach, Pedro Gonçalves. And Tony Gapassa still in goal with Bastos keeping his place. Isaac Carrera coming in alongside him. With Wilson and Fortuna. Freddy and Henry-Nilsson will support the midfield. With Mattis out on the right, Geraldo on the wings as well. Fabio Abrao trying to take advantage of the prompting by the talented Show, number 23. Now a minute's silence, though, for the death of the former Gambia coach. And very noisy, the support for the red, blue and green it is as well. There is Pedro Gonçalves. Took over in sad circumstances after the serve coach Serdan Vasiljevic had to part ways by mutual consent following an underwhelming Africa Cup of Nations experience. His contract was due to run out in any case at the beginning of next year, but it wasn't really mooted that it would carry on. Had been in charge since 2017, and in that time he'd guided the Palanzas Negras to this year's Africa Cup of Nations final in Egypt, where they failed to make it out of a group that included Tunisia, Mauritania and Mali. So then, Gambia kicking off and kicking from right to left in their red, blue and green. Already a foul with Nero Fortuna going down, the left back. Well, the game we saw earlier today, with Togo claiming a 1-1 draw away at Comoros in the Indian Ocean. It wasn't a match that was full of an awful lot of quality, but plenty of passion. Togo took the lead through Laba, who could have had a hat-trick in the game, but for the Comoros goalkeeper, who then came back in the second half to claim a draw, thanks to their debut boy. Now it's time for Gambia and Angola to take centre stage. Only 2 matches today in African qualifying for the World Cup. So they are claiming all of the limelight. Back it comes to Henry-Nilsson, but he's lost possession. It comes all the way back to the centre-back Bastos and all the way back to the keeper Tony Gapassa. Tony Gapassa, who plays for Primeiro Agosto in his homeland. Feeds it back out to Bastos, who plays his football in Lazio in Italy. Henry-Nilsson, another domestic-based player for this Angola side. Bastos again. Just slipped there as he went for the ball forward, and that rather ruined the idea that he had in going direct. Poor first touch by Freddy, playing alongside Henry-Nilsson in midfield. Here is Henry-Nilsson again, the central midfielder. Feeds it out then for a first touch to Mattis, the captain. Man who can play on both wings. I've seen him play on the left, but he seems to have lined up on the right so far in this first half. Wilson Feeds it forward, and poor first touch on that far side. Concedes possession to the hosts. Richter looking for the long throw here. Richter, who plays his football in Denmark for Brøndby. Jallow, none too pleased that he's been penalised there. So he tried to race through and went through the back of Henry and Nielsen. Angola is a side who definitely like to play football, and they're going for it already. Portuguese nation, so like the Brazilians, they like to give themselves their football names. And they fancy themselves as well as the Brazilians of African football. Not always in the same quality, I obviously say, but they certainly can be entertaining through the years. They've had some terrific players individually. They've just not managed to really push themselves into that top heavyweight level alongside Egypt and Senegal, Cameroon and Ghana. Nicely done. Here's Musa Barrow. Attacking lineup from Gambia today with Barrow, Cisse and Janon all pushing forward. It's nicely done from Show. Now Isaac Carrera feeds it forward, and a chance now for Geraldo to push on. Geraldo, who plays for the Egyptian giants Al Ali. Foul picked up by Cisse, centre forward for the Gambia. He pushes on forward. Cisse, who's used to playing in the Swiss Alps at Zurich for FC Zurich, where the one of the Diamond League finals was the other night, in the same stadium as well, the Letzergrund. That's nicely kept in by Cisse. However, he's been pushed into the corner, and in the end, he's been penalised. They're on the back of a three-match run without a loss. Our Gambia coming in here after defeat to Togo in Africa Cup of Nations. Qualifying, they then beat Benin and drew with Algeria, which was a great result against the future champions. Their match against Zambia was cancelled back in June, but they claimed a very fine victory away in Morocco in their last game in June. And now Cisse trying to use his pace and build, and goes down in the box and asks the question. Looked to go down rather easily. Have to say he was looking for that, and Bastos just going up and saying, wondering whether or not that was not a dive. Cisse here trying to go through, trying to bulldoze his way through, and then you can see there, really, Bastos didn't really make a challenge. And it's gone behind for a goal kick, and the referee has been quite kind, I think, there on the Gambia forward. Fabulous atmosphere already, though, and that little piece of action there has just ramped it up a little bit further. This is Isaac Carrera pushing forward now for Angola. Feeds it in to Geraldo. That's a little bit hard. Isaac Carrera there had pushed on forward, and he'll have to get back again now, though, as the long throw comes in from Toure. Angola do well, but then Cisse again, he's awkward to play. That might have been Musa Barrow, excuse me. It was indeed the number 10 for the Gambia. Another quick, agile forward. It's a decent start here in Bakau, but it's still goalless with 8 minutes gone. Wilson feeds it back to Bastos. Wilson again, just drops it into midfield and now finds Henry Nilsson, who immediately gets tackled, and immediately you can see that Cisse and Barrow have been instructed, I think, by their coach to really charge forward on anything that comes free on that halfway line. Put the Angolan defence under pressure as soon as possible. Use their speed. Back goes Isaac Carrera. See the back of Pedro Gonçalves there with the baseball cap on. He's got to be a little bit concerned by the start that his side have made, as Touré lines up the long throw into the box. And it is a very long throw, but it lands onto an Angolan head. On the other side, though, picked up by Jallo. Jallo trying to get to the byline. Well, he got the cross, but he just didn't get the power on it. Look how deep Angola are inside their own half. Nobody to challenge as the ball was cleared. Cisse unable to get there. It was a good defending by Sané. It's got a pace on it this game already. Freddie getting the play going again from the throw. Into the middle, Geraldo. Not quite on the same wavelength there. Cisse goes down, and this time he does get the free kick. He would have rather had the penalty, though. 10 minutes gone. Gambia 0, Angola 0, but a bright start from both sides, both positive in their thinking, trying to get forward. As of yet, though, nothing to report in front of goal in terms of shots. Turned down penalty appeal from the referee for Cisse going down, and this is now Barrow picking it up on this near side. The crowd pick it up, but it was a heavy touch by the forward, and it allowed the challenge to come back in. Kept in as well. Good play this from Angola. Heavy challenge, and that will alleviate the pressure as Show goes down. Useful ball forward. Chance to turn inside. Fabio Abrao playing for Gelson today up front. Gambia, though, get the tackles in and immediately start to build their way forward themselves. This is Jallo again, pushing across the halfway line, but just couldn't quite get the ball underneath his feet. Nicely done, and it's picked up by Isaac Carrera. Back again, and Henrilson probes forward. Nicely done. Matches good awareness to know that the man outside him was running down the line. It's decent play this from Angola. The shot comes in, perhaps a little optimistic though. Still the pressure builds though. Isaac Carrera again, out to Geraldo. Geraldo's got time to launch this into the box. It's a little bit of a bumpy pitch, you have to say. It's not the smoothest. You can see the way the ball is bobbling as Geraldo picks it up again. Trying to get to the byline again. It's not the. It's a bit of a scuffed ball into the 6-yard box. Carrera looking for support, and that will be a Gambia throw. Last defeat that Gambia suffered at home was in Africa Cup of Nations, qualifying at the end of last year when they lost against Togo. Got a quick look there at the Gambia coach, Tom Sainty from Belgium. He's been in the job for just over a year now after initially being appointed on a nine-month contract. He's been around a bit, most recently as coach of the national side of Malta. Cisse again proving awkward to play. It was Wilson running away with a wry smile on his face after pulling down the big number 9. Toure then lining things up with Tony Kabasa ordering his troops around in the Angolan defence. It's a decent ball in as well, but it's well met. Still on the way. And there was a good opportunity on the edge of the box, but unfortunately Barrow just got a bit excited and somewhat looked up as he took the shot. Primero de Agosto are the champions again for the 4th year in a row, and part of that is in part thanks to their goalkeeper, Tony Kabasa, who is the #1 for his nation as well. It's not the only one in this side as well, with Isaac as well also playing today. Paizo dropped for this game, another one of them who plays for them, and watch out as well for the youngster, 17-year-old Zito Lovumbo, who is bursting through on the Angolan scene at the moment. You might see him later get his debut in the second half. He's causing quite a stir around the country, and indeed beyond as well. 15 minutes gone though, and still goalless. Yet to see really a proper shot at goal. Well, we're right over on the western coast of Africa for this game. The Gambia nicely nestled in between Senegal and Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau, who are involved in this first round of qualifiers. Senegal straight through to the group stage. Won't have to worry about that. Of course, they are still licking their wounds after that final defeat against Algeria in the Africa Cup of Nations. And again, Gambia have another free kick sent in by Toure, and again met by an Angolan head. A little bit out of control on that far side, Jallo, and it'll be a goal kick to the visiting nation, Angola. Angola a lot further south. It's been a long old journey for Angola to get here from Luanda, from their country, which is between Namibia, Zambia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. On the same level as Comoros, who were playing earlier today. Here comes Wilson. Feeds it forward to Mateus. Nice technical play, but that's gone out on the far side for a throw-in. No, it hasn't. Well, I thought I heard the whistle, but they have continued on, and here comes Geraldo. And again, no one has quite got their radar hooked in yet as to where the goal is. Shot at each end, and both have gone skyward rather than goal-bound. Only seen 3 teams so far win away from home in these qualifiers. Mozambique, one of them. They won in Mauritius. Mozambique looking to qualify for the World Cup for the very first time. They would certainly settle, I think, to start with for making it into the group stage. It's a tough old road for the African nations. It's a long one as well. And of course, many other competitions to get involved in as well, with the Africa Cup of Nations and the African Nations Championship, which is like the Cup of Nations, but only for domestic players in Africa. Doesn't include all those that have gone off to make their fortunes and fame in foreign lands. Sinyan going down on the edge of the area and drawing the referee's whistle. And he's now telling them to wait for the next one. Sinyan is there, but also Jallo keen to take this spot kick, or this free kick, excuse me. And again, another job for Tony Kabasa to get his wall lined up, and all the defenders as well picking up the men, trying to get the headers. Now then, I wonder if they've managed to do something on the training pitch ahead of this match that they can put into operation here, the home nation. And it goes in from Barrow, but it pinged around the box before coming back out again. Sola tries to get it back into the area, but it's pinged out by Nurio Fortuna. Still not away, though. Ebbs and flows in this game so far. Angola taking their chance to get forward, and then Gambia also getting forward as well. Both sides showing good ambition, but 20 minutes gone. Still Gambia 0, Angola 0. And that's going to be a foul going into the attacking area at the opposite end. Getting mixed up there, Jallo and Fortuna. That's far too close. The goalkeeper, who then came and missed it, and Wilson on this near side had a half chance, I would say, probably a quarter chance, to be honest with you, to do something with that header. Goalkeeper chose to come and then didn't get there. Angola don't score many goals. Of late, they drew with Eswatini, formerly Swaziland, in the African Nations Championship at the beginning of this month, after a 1-1 draw with them the week before. All that heading towards the finals later in the year. Were supposed to be in Ethiopia, the African Nations Championship finals, but Ethiopia didn't manage to get themselves organised in time, so they have now gone to Cameroon, who incidentally lost the African Nations Cup finals, and when they couldn't get their organisation together either, and the finals were transferred to Egypt at a fairly late stage. Already a bit of prompting for the Angolan players. from Pedro Gonçalves, their interim coach. Controversial end to Srdjan Vasiljević's tenure in charge of Angola when he refused to take charge of last month's African Nations Championship match against Eswatini. Serbian reportedly denied his wish to pick a full-strength side by the federation, who demanded that he give experience to the under-23 players. It became an untenable situation, and the Serb left, and Pedro Gonçalves came in. Play back underway again, and Bastos has it at the back. Feeds it into Herra Nielsen. Play given away, and Barrow gets it underway straight away, finds Cisse, but it's a good tackling back by Bastos. Nevertheless, the centre-forward appreciated the quick thinking by his teammate to get that ball down the line. This is Show. Can't find any runners at the moment, so feeds it square instead. Forward by Henry Nielsen. Freddie. Back to Isaac Carrera. Wilson. Forward into the path of Carrera again. It's an inviting ball down the line for Nuno Fontana, and he keeps it in as well. Geraldo, chance in the middle. Important block by the one red shirt that was in the way of three Angolan attackers. Angola not finished yet, though. Forward it comes again, Freddie. Almost a nice back heel. Oh, and Show, that's just bounced over his head. And it's allowed Jallo to fire forward. What an atmosphere there is here in the Independence Stadium. Matthias, and that drifts behind and will be a goal kick. Gambia need a victory. They have not achieved one in their last 5 outings. Angola, who have drawn their last 2, but they lost against Eswatini on penalties in the African Nations Championship. Got to go back to the victory over Guinea-Bissau to see the last time that the Palencias Negras won. Cisse's on his bike again, and he could be in. Oh, he's gone down, and it's gone behind, and he's furious. Well, that time I don't think he dived. I think that was just desperation to try and get on the end of that ball and bringing the crowd to their feet. Route 1 football over the top, using his pace. Goalkeeper came and missed it. And Cisse just unable to keep his feet to make that killer blow. One of the players who was suspended for that crucial final Africa Cup of Nations game against Algeria was Hassan Cisse, the FC Zurich man. Well, Gambia might be well ranked below Angola, but they are giving them a run here in this first half, halfway through, and Gambia still yet to break through. Cisse having a word. I think he thinks the referee is not giving him help when he's inside the area. Gambia still goalless against Angola in this first half. Slightly wasted ball forward, and Fabio Abrao lets his teammate know his frustration. Fabio Abrao, who plays his football in Portugal. Probably not surprising that there are close links between Angola and the Portuguese. That's nicely done. And an invitation for Isaac Carrera to come forward. Back from Geraldo, that was almost given away there by Heron Nielsen, who's had a pretty solid half other than that so far. Nicely intercepted by Freddie. Gets Angola going forward again, but that was a slightly hopeful ball looking for Abrao. Oh, that nearly turned into an assist for the centre forward. In the end, it just harmlessly went behind for a goal kick. Angola pushing forward. Isaac Carrera couldn't quite get that ball underneath him and allow the challenge to come in that in from Toure. It's an energy about this game so far. In Bacau. In by Isaac Carrera. Straight back out again, though, in the middle. It'll be a throw-in to Angola. Comes to Heron Nielsen, who has been given the time to cross it and hasn't done a great job considering the time he had. On the other side, though, picked up by Nurio Fortuna. He's got pressure, though, from Jallo, who's tracked back to help out his right back. It's going to be a free kick. Jallo seemed to be guilty of an infraction here, pulling back the shirt of the Angolan left-back. Big men in the middle, ready to receive this free kick from Freddie. Again, it's a bit high, but it's right in! And Angola take the lead. And it's Wilson who was on the end of it. They had one moment before where they sent a deep ball to the back post and Wilson was unable to get there. But that was the dress rehearsal, and Angola take the lead with a great header. That was a swirling ball into the 6-yard box. And the game that had everything except the goal has now got it. Gambia 0, Angola 1. And the goal, you have to say, was coming. We just didn't know which end it would come at.
Goal for Angola. Through there.
So then Wilson Gaspar, who plays for the Angolan champions Petro Atletico, picks up the first goal for his side, and now that makes it very interesting. Petro Atletico, who were last champions back in 2009, when they won back-to-back titles. We've seen Primero de Agosto, though, take over in recent years, the fellow Luanda side. And Luanda is where the second leg will take place in just a few days' time. Now then, Gambia, how will they react to that? They started off brightly. Will their confidence be shaken, though, by going behind against a team that is ranked 39 places above them in the FIFA World Rankings? Angola went to the Africa Cup of Nations earlier this year in Egypt, but finished third in their group behind Mali and Tunisia. Caused a huge national debate back home why they weren't able to go through. They see themselves as one of the big guns in African football, but their results have not always matched up to those ambitions or aspirations. And they will see themselves really as a team that should be fighting for those 5 places to go to Qatar in 3.5 years' time. Big job ahead, though, not least of which the rest of this game and the second leg of this preliminary round of qualifying. Here they come again. Freddie gets some space. Freddie goes for goal, and it's blocked. Well, it opened up nicely there, and again, it looked as though he just scuffed the shot. If he'd hit it through, he would have probably been able to curl that round the defender. But Gambia here have been a little bit shell-shocked, and it's all Angola at the moment as we head towards the 10 minutes to go in the first half mark. Captain Matthias just upended. And the first yellow card. Long ball forward, but this time Cisse is not onto it. Fed inside for Sinyan, who gives the ball away, and Angola can come forward again. Geraldo, no way there to get past Sinyan, so instead comes back, plays it safe. Freddie looks for the ball out wide. Picked up by Neuro Fortuna, but lost his footing doing it. And Gambia can neatly play their way out, or can they? Slightly over the top back heel. Here comes Freddie again. Freddie goes down, and another free kick, and another yellow card will come out. Freddie coming in, and you could see there that Sona just couldn't help himself. He joins in Matthias in the book. 1 yellow card for each side now. Job just lining up his players. He was the man in goal for both of the last World Cup qualifying campaigns as well. Problem is with the World Cup qualifying the way it is in Africa is that if you don't make it through this first qualifying round, that's it for the next 4 years. So you play twice and that's it. You have to wait again for it to come around. Small nations in European qualifying, of course, go straight into the groups, and so they get a fair amount of exposure to international football at this world level. Not so in Africa. Geraldo with the shot. It's a decent free kick and it's palmed away by Job. Corner kick to Angola. Relatively straightforward save in the end. You would expect him to have got that. Corner kick. Geraldo himself has come across to take it. Into Freddie. Geraldo's got time, but it's rather lofted and not very dangerous. Pulling back by Nuro Fortuna. Gives Gambia the free kick. That's onside. The referee, though, is not happy and wants the free kick taken again. Element of surprise has been lost then for the home side. Richter is going to be the man to take it in a slightly more measured way this time. Well, it's lofted forward, but there wasn't really an awful lot of poise in that, or indeed endeavour. Not quite sure what he thought he was trying. It's a better ball forward, though, from Sané. Cisse feeds it into the middle, where Sinyan is waiting. Now Barrow. Barrow, well, it was good defending in the end, I suppose you have to say, from Isaac Carrera. Wasn't the most composed piece of wing play, though, by the Gambia front man. See there, though, good play by the Angolan. Just fed him down the line and almost convinced him into the error. 5 minutes to go until half-time. Gambia trailing by 1-0 against Angola. Angola somewhat in charge, but Gambia beginning to get over the shock of that, conceding that goal with Barrow on possession, and the referee is blown. Cisse has had a lonely, frustrating time up front so far in this first half. And Tom Saintif will have a little bit of reorganising to do at half-time, I think. He was a man who only lasted 2 training sessions as Zimbabwe coach back in 2010 before being deported for not having had a work permit. He certainly knows Africa, though. He's been around in Namibia, Zimbabwe, Ethiopia, Malawi and Togo. This is his 6th coaching job with an African team inside the last 10 years and his 14th overall. Must need more pages for his CV than most. Here come his Gambia side forward again, though. They would very much like to get the equaliser before half-time, and the goalkeeper, Tony Kabasa, just about got there. Back to the goalkeeper from Colley, the Gambia skipper. Now, what's going on here? Well, it's because Kasapa is down. Well, I wasn't aware that Kabasa got hit in the face as he came out for that punch. Well, he's saying it's an elbow, but to be honest with you, if you can explain what happened to you, you're probably not that badly hurt. Well, the ball came in, Cisse went up, so too did Barrow, and you can see there was an arm come out. But he's a big boy, I'm sure he'll be fine. into his chest. So, well, there's been no official drinks break, but I'm not surprised that the players want to have some hydration. Well, this was the goal. It's a very well-controlled header from Wilson at that far post. And you can see there was definitely a tactic there, because they tried that same free kick about 10 minutes before. The goalkeeper came for it and missed it. And you can see again here, he didn't really know where it was. And Wilson was there to take full advantage. So there we go. So it seems, as we thought, Tony Gabassa is fine to carry on. Forward by Show. Again, they're going down that left-hand side. Freddie. It's good overlapping play here, taking the markers away from the man in the ball, on the ball. Show again, feeds it in to Nilsson. Freddie Brow in the middle, but it's come behind him, and it's picked off by Sané. Not the best ball into the box, and Gambia can again come forward, but good tackling from Nilsson. Gets it back immediately for the visiting side. Angola steadily and slowly taking over this first leg. It looks more like them as the home side now, rather than Gambia. Not the best piece of control in the middle, but fortunately for Show, he was adjudged to have been fouled by Sona, coming through the back of him, who was already on a yellow card, the number 15 for Gambia. So he's got to be careful when you're coming through the back of a player. 2 minutes of added time at the end of the first 45 minutes here in Bakau. It's the first half that seems to have flown by. Both sides contributing to the entertainment. Angola at the moment, though, in the ascendancy. If Cisse can do something about it, though, he will. Here he comes. Haven't seen very much from him since the first 10 minutes. He goes down again. This time, though, it might have been a bit of a pantomime fall, but it was a foul. Nilsson, the man adjudged to have committed the unfair and illegal challenge. So then Barrow lofting it to the back post, same tactic as at the other end, and it's a goal kick. The referee looked like he might have been pointing towards the penalty spot, but and I think that's what maybe some of the Gambia players thought he was doing. But it was actually a goal kick he was signalling. Bastos will be taking a big sigh of relief. See, it came to the back post, the header came back across. I don't see how you could really see that as a penalty kick against Nurio Fortuna. He had his back to the ball. Nevertheless, the rules over handball at the moment are very much a topic of debate. Wilson racing back, and Gabassa gets his foot through it. It's a nice turn from Sona, but he's turned into trouble, and now Freddie has come away with it for Angola. Probing midfielder, feeds it off, and that's not the best first touch from Isaac Carrera, but he has kept it in. Entertaining first half comes to an end here in Bakau. Gambia started off the half in the ascendancy. Cisse proving a problem for the Angola defenders, but in the end, the goal coming at the other end from Wilson from Angola's World Cup history. Well, they didn't really have one between 1930 and 1978 because the country was part of Portugal. Didn't enter the next two World Cups in Argentina and Spain, and then didn't qualify through the next 5 of them, from Mexico 1986 through to the joint World Cup that was held in Korea and Japan in 2002. But they did make it through into the finals in 2006 when Germany were the hosts, and they didn't get through the group stage, but nevertheless they were thrilled to be there. They've not been back since, and they are starting off the long road here up against Gambia. They need to get through this knockout stage. They need to get through the group stage as well if they make it that far, and then if they get through that, there's another knockout stage on the back end of the group stage before they can finally take a place with 4 other teams to make up the 5 African sides that will go to the World Cup in 2022 in Qatar. Start off this second half then with a goal advantage, thanks to the goal by Wilson. About 2/3 of the way through the first 45 minutes. Gambia started off the game very strongly indeed. Plenty of ambition and endeavour. They got forward. Cisse was proving to be a handful for the back 4. Nuno Fortuna, Bastos, Wilson and Isaac Carrera for Angola. But they lost their way a little bit as we see a substitution at the beginning of this second half. And Ibrahima Colley coming on for Omar Colley. Skipper
number 3 for the Gambia, comes off for Ibrahima Colley. Number 19.
Ibrahima Colley, who plays for Atalanta in Italy. And getting a first touch on the ball straight away. So it's the skipper who's gone off. And the coach is going for a slightly more attacking lineup for this second 45 minutes. Taking off a defender and bringing on a midfielder. So he's gone to 4 in the middle, 3 at the back. Try and push forward with wing-backs, I suggest, down the flanks, and try and get round the back of these Angolan defence. That was Freddie just drawing the foul for Angola. Matias is offside. The Angola captain. Well, another Portuguese-speaking nation, Mozambique, were one of 3 away sides to have already won in this opening round of competition. As the ball goes straight forward, Cisse can't pick it up. Barra was almost there, but didn't quite manage to get on the end of it. And Angola have got away with one there. Straight away, though, back up the other end. Looking for Fabio Abrao, who didn't have an awful lot to feed off in the first 45 minutes up front for the Angolans. That's gone a little bit too far for Richter to pick up. Nuno Fortuna looks forward. Picked up by Matias, but didn't quite have it there, and then the wayward shot by Geraldo goes high and wide. Geraldo had a free kick saved approaching half-time, just after the goal had gone in. Forward by the substitute, Colley. And that's a foul in favour of Harry Nilsson, who overall had a pretty good first half in midfield. Just pulled back by Jallo. Lamine Jallo, who plays in Italy as well, for Salernitana. One of those who was suspended for the last game against Algeria. Had scored 3 of the Scorpions' goals in qualifying until then. 5 goals, so he was a big miss in that final game. Oh, Nuno Fontano knew he'd done something wrong the moment that he jumped up for that ball. Sona, yellow carded in the first 45 minutes. Comes back to Richter. Nice little piece of play, and crowd are lifted by that little bit of technicality from their side. There's a end product as well as they push further forward into the Angolan half. Colley gets to the byline, and just enough of the pace was taken out of it. But that's encouraged the home supporters. Richter forward again. Colley already showing himself to be busy since coming on at the half-time interval. Little too busy, though, coming through the back of Nuno Fortuna there. A little wry look to the assistant. He got the decision, Nuno Fortuna. He knew that it was coming, the challenge, and you can see it pulling on Colley's shirt as well. So he wasn't exactly innocent in all that. Most of the Gambia side play abroad. There's nobody from the Brikama United side in Gambia who won the league title last season. Here's Colley. Again, he's picking up a lot of possession since coming on. Feeds it back inside, and it's fed on by Sinyan. Richter looks up and plays forward. Colley again, he's picked it up well, and good tackle though comes in on him. Show. They've given up possession again though. Matthias showing his frustration, the skipper. Richter. And well, that was a little bit ambitious by Sona, who now wonders what he was trying. Looking for Freddie, but the ball intercepted. Gambia can start to build from the back again. Useful looking ball forward, beautiful ball forward. Real chance here for Gambia, and it's straight at the goalkeeper from Jallo. Can you believe it? He had all the time in the world there, and he can't believe it. What an opportunity. Beautiful ball over the top. It was a beautiful first touch as well from the forward, but he just seemed to almost have a magnet attached between the ball and the goalkeeper. Best chance of the game for Gambia by a far margin. And this time it goes behind. Cisse can't keep it in. Signs of hope, though, for the home side. Here comes Angola again, though. Nicely done, into Geraldo. Geraldo looping it onto this far side to find the opposite winger, Mateus, who's still going. Trying to get to the byline and does. It's a useful ball into the middle and an important header. Comes back out again, though, but it's not hit well by Bastos. In fact, my apologies to Bastos. It was Harry Nilsson who tried the volley, which did not work. Isaac Carrera will look into the box again for this long throw, but he tries to take it short instead to Freddie. Need to get the ball back again, Gambia, and they have. Chance here for the break. Ooh, well, that's a yellow card coming straight out of the pocket of the referee. Cisse didn't realise it was his own teammate. Well, you're not hurt, get on with it. You can see there. It was not a good challenge, though, was it? Goodness me. Not a good challenge at all. More like WWE wrestling, that one. It was actually Sané who was taken off for Colley to come on. The other Colley is still on the pitch. Here comes Nuro Funchana. They are not chasing out of their penalty area quick enough here, and Angola being invited to come forward. Goalkeeper should get this one, and does, Job. Signed recently by the Jeddah club of Saudi Arabia. Scorpions' first choice goalkeeper joining the second tier side as a free agent after the end of his 2-year contract with the Nigerian side El Kamami Warriors. It's nicely taken down by Richter, and then feeds it back in to his teammate Mohamed Mbaye. Well, it was a determined header by Harry Nilsson, but led with the elbow through the back of the Gambia attacker, and so it's a free kick in a central position in an attacking part of the field for Gambia. Ibu Toure. Lining this one up, the left back. But he's not alone as we head towards the hour point. Referee making sure everybody's aware of what's going on, and it's a break shot, a goal that goes sliding past the near post. Well, they're beginning to create more and more danger, our Gambia. Still nothing to really cheer about yet, though. Fabio Abrao, good turn from the Angolan centre forward, feeds it into Matthias. Freddie wants it, but he comes back the other way, though. Charged on that far side, it's Harry Nilsson lays it out to the right wing. There are men in the middle if they can be found. Freddie picks it up on this near side now. In by Fortuna. And an overhead kick, and it'll go behind for, well, it'll actually, an offside has been called against the Angolan centre forward, Freddie Abrao, Fabio Abrao there. So it'll be a free kick to clear their lines for Ghana. Could have been pretty spectacular. Freddie Abrao, who plays for Moreirense in Portugal. And, well, I thought there for a second that Jallo had talked himself into a yellow card. Referee motioned to go to his pocket and then changed his mind. Gambians just beginning to get perhaps a little bit frustrated as the clock ticks past the hour mark. Into Fabio Abrao again. Now Freddie. Angola still winning this one on points and indeed in terms of goals, and there's almost a chance in there as Job drops the ball but then recovers it at the second attempt. Dropping back Angola and allowing Gambia to come forward, but that's a loose ball out to the left wing that gives up possession. Well, this Angola side looking to get back to the heights that we saw from the likes of Flavio and Gilberto and Aqua. Played in that golden generation that went over the millennium. Beginning to be challenged now in terms of appearances for Angola from Job, the goalkeeper, and Matthias, the captain. And this is Gambia on the attack, though. Shot goes at goal, and it's just slid wide. Kabasa just about getting enough on it to put it past the far post. Great incisive play here from Gambia, and Cisse there, really another foot wide of the keeper, and he might have been celebrating the equaliser. Ibrahim Akole, though, has the chance to send in the corner kick. And it's straight onto an Angola head. Not out of the penalty area yet, though. Well, the shot came in from Toure, but it wasn't the most convincing. Well, Cisse's come as close as any Gambian to getting on the score sheet this evening. That wasn't the best kick out, and although straight out for a throw-in to the home nation, which Akole takes straight away. Ibrahim Akole, that is. Now to the other Akole, Omar. Cisse tracking back into midfield to link up with the ball forward. Richter under pressure from Matthias and beating his man, Colley again here, coming forward. There was an opportunity for the ball out to the left wing. It's finally made it there, but perhaps not at the right time, because the Angolan defenders have managed to regain their shape. Safely played out, but over the top of Freddie. Richter picks it up again for the home side. Not the best ball forward, though. Well, it's become a bit more of a slugfest now after the technicality of earlier in the game. The quality has a little bit dissipated, but it's become a little bit more direct. Richter is off then. And he has been replaced by Suleiman Bojang. Suleiman Bojang, who plays in Norway for Kongsvinger. Gambia beginning to pose a better threat now. Out it comes in by Tony Kabasa. Met, though, by a Gambian head, but it finds its way into the possession of Harry Nilsson, who gets it back again. Into Show. Just a little bit of possession football going on in midfield now from Angola. Here's the goal scorer, Wilson. Forward to the captain, Matthias. Matthias has got space in front of him. Nurio Fortuna. Tackled, though, by his opposite number, Bojang, who's just come on. And Bojang... And what's the referee given? Which way has he given the foul? Robust piece of play from the two number twos.
Angola's substitution. Number 16, Jose Marquez.
So then it's the skipper, Matthias, who's coming off. And he will be replaced by Makaya. Jose Makaya Ganga is a full name. Forward by Bojang, but given away. And picked up by the away side as they look to alleviate the pressure. There's an Angolan player down, but his teammates are carrying on regardless. Isaac Carrera. Harry Nilsson into Freddie. Again, Freddie has got space in front of him. Little slip at the vital moment, but nevertheless the attack keeps on going. Decent ball into the middle, but perhaps Freddie is not the man you want to be jumping in the air. You need a slightly more statuesque, taller man looking for that header, rather than Freddie, who's more of a play with his feet playmaker. Freddie takes the corner. Geraldo. Oh, and it nearly popped in, and it still might. Now, what's happening? I think he's going to book the Angolan player for diving. Freddie Abreu, not impressed. He certainly jumped into the challenge. And I wonder whether or not there might actually have been a foul there, but because of the way he reacted, he made it look as though he... You see here, comes in. Well, if he hadn't been quite so theatrical, maybe he might have got a different result. But he certainly advertised to the referee that it was a dive, and in he goes to the book. Bojang, nicely done, and Bojang runs into space, heading towards goal. He got a heavy touch though, but does find the pass to Cisse. And it comes to Sonar. Spread wide, but not very well. But Angola immediately conceding possession. Sonar will be given a second opportunity. And again, waste that one as well. But Angola doing their best to keep this Gambia attack going. Colley, nicely done. Sonar again. This time he does find a teammate. Sinyan, plenty of men in the middle. Cisse is one of them. And he's gone wide. Great build-up play from Gambia. Angola certainly did their part by not clearing their lines. But in the end, when the ball came in, and it was a good ball from Sinyan, Cisse rose highest, but unfortunately for him, unable to get the direction on the effort at goal. And it remains Gambia 0, Angola 1, with 20 minutes to go. Freddie now into Geraldo, gets the ball back, and there's a chance here. Fabio Abrao had it, and just couldn't quite control it. Action at both ends, but no goals. Sonar. Well, it's opening up now as we head into the last 19 minutes. Not the most controlled ball by Jallo. Down goes Cisse again, and is the referee still not going to give the Gambia centre forward any joy at all with his decision making? He's furious, can't believe it, and now he's having to go at the assistant. Well, you can see there, he certainly looked to me as though he got a kick. And the new man on, Macao, a little fortunate, I think, perhaps there. Bojang looking deep into the area, trying to launch this one long, try and turn this throw in into a cross. Not bad. And a spectacular effort that nearly went in from Colley. But Kabasa saw it all the way. Just didn't release as naturally as perhaps he might. And it kind of took the power out of the effort, but it was still nice technique. On target, could have resulted in a goal. But still, Angola remain in front. Freddie showing determined play under pressure, feeds it out to Isaac Carrera. Terry Nilsson. Back to doing their nice little triangle passes, but Terry Nilsson has lost it, and now all of a sudden Gambia can hair forward again. Here comes the centre forward, Cisse again, and it needs another save from Kabasa. And he's furious with his defenders for exposing him that way. Well, the battle between Cisse and Kabasa now really beginning to warm up. Again, they're giving up possession in midfield, which is allowing Gambia to come herring through at them. Two chances in a matter of minutes then for Cisse, and he's not been able to take either of them. Had a shot saved as well earlier in the half as Gambia get ready for another substitution. We're going to see the introduction of Boubacar Jobe. And the man he's going to replace is Lamine Jallo. Boubacar Jobe, who plays in Sweden for Mjällby. And he comes on with around about 15 minutes to go to try and make a difference here and rescue this tie for the Gambians. Cisse again gets round the back of the defenders. He's had a very good time of it, hassling. He's been a very awkward player to be able to mark. He's strong and powerful and quick. And he might well have had a couple of goals on another day, except for some excellent goalkeeping by Tony Cabasa in the Angolan goal. Pressure beginning to build, though. The screw beginning to turn on the Angolan defence. And Isaac Carrera makes the challenge and gives away the corner. Home fans now really beginning to get behind their side. They've really been lifted by the introduction of Collie, the number 19, on its almost into the box. Sola can't get there. And a spectacular volley that needed to be tipped over the top from Collie. Well, it wasn't the most clean of connections, but it nearly caught out the Angolan keeper. And that's really got the home fans going. Another corner, though, not the best delivery, but it's come out onto this near side where Badamosi takes it. And the referee blows to relieve the pressure on Angola. Well, this would have been a very strange goal. He volleyed that straight into the ground and it spun up and nearly caught out the Angolan goalkeeper. But he did keep his eye on it, to be fair on him. Well, the outfield has put Angola in front, but it's definitely the goalkeeper that has kept them in front. We're going to see the introduction of the youngster Lovumbu, but not before Gambia take on another attack here. The referee is blown. Badamosi going through the back of a defender and sending him straight into the goalkeeper. And a big moment here coming up for the youngster, 17-year-old Zito Andre Luvumbo. Man who had a trial at Manchester United's academy back in February and has been followed by quite a few European clubs recently. And he comes on for his debut in the senior squad and gets a few wise words from the more experienced Freddie. Off goes the goal scorer, Wilson. Excuse me, no, Wilson is still there. And we are underway again with Angola hanging on, and I mean hanging on, to their 1-goal advantage with 11.5 minutes to go. Nervous faces on the Gambia bench. They do not want to go behind in this tie, particularly in the home leg. It will put enormous pressure on them to come up with something in Luanda next week. Bojang feeds it back. Bojang again takes it short. That'll be a free kick for the push in the back on Collie. He's been everywhere, Ibrahim Colley, since he came on in the second half, all over the place. Right side, middle of the park, left side. He's really trying to drive his side onto this equaliser. Here he comes with the free kick. Good delivery, but punched away confidently by the goalkeeper. And that pile of bodies on the floor will result in a free kick to Angola. Real sandwich. I don't think there was anything malicious from it. Musa Barrow and Freddie debating what happened in that challenge. Musa Barrow, who plays with Ibrahim Colley at Atalanta. One of those who have missed the last few matches due to injury and suspension. Along with the likes of Jallo, who has gone off, and San Cisse, who's been so close to getting the equaliser in this game. Number of this Angola side play their club football in Italy. There's a yellow card given to Cisse. I did wonder whether he would get one at some point. The frustration inside the Gambia centre forward has been building steadily ever since he was denied a penalty appeal early in the first half. Fabio Brau just about keeping it going, and it's fed down the line, and Luvumbo getting his first touch in senior international football, gets the cross in, but it's easily dealt with by the Gambian defence. And again, and the youngster has got his side a corner kick. Fumbo plays with the champions of Angola, Primeiro Augusto, who are fairly dominant in recent years. Here's Freddie, lots of room for Freddie. And again, double shot, and in the end, it's just a goal kick. Well, that's a wasted opportunity there. Real chance there for Freddie, who plays his club football in Turkey for Antalya Sport. And he should have really hit the target with one of those shots. You'd have to say, you would think that another goal for Angola in this game, and it's going to be very, very tough for Gambia to come back in the second leg, which is away in Angola next week. Gambia corner. Headed out by Makaya. Picked up by Luvumbo. And he's now decided to go straight for goal himself. Here comes the 17-year-old. And he's got something at the end of it as well. Good composure from the youngster. Laying it back, that'll be a free kick. More time will be ticked off as Geraldo earns his side a set play. Showing good strength and good composure too. Freddie. Looking in for Luvumbo, but it was far too much on it. Colley dropping all the way back to help out with the instigation of the next attack. Cisse trying to be a little too clever, and Wilson just picked his pockets. Here's Luvumbo, more space for the youngster to run into, and he's still going. This time, though, he didn't seem to know quite what to do with it at the end of that run. There's almost nobody in midfield at the moment on either side, and here come Gambia again with 5 minutes to go, but still trailing by 1-0 here in Bakau. And you can feel the anxiety amongst the public that have turned up to watch them today. All of that enthusiasm at the beginning to dissipate. Fabio Abreu and Luvumbo again. Not an awful lot of closing down going on at the moment from the Gambia defence. Luvumbo gets a dangerous ball in, but it's well dealt with by Job in the Gambian goal. He gets things going again. Urgency, but it's too urgent. And it's dealt with by Wilson. Gambia now in a hurry. Colley. Toure. Can feel the nerves. No one wants to make the mistake. Sona with a little probing ball forward. That will be a free kick. Dangerous position here for Gambia. And again, it's Colley at the heart of everything that's good that is happening to Gambia in this second half.
Number 19, Adriano Delmiro Nicolau. Coming on for number 11.
So then Nicolau coming on, and it's Geraldo who's coming off.
Angola substitution there.
So then Adriano Bulamiro Nicolau, better known as Yano, coming on for this last part of the game. The Gambia feeling time sliding away, just 3 minutes plus whatever the referee decides to add on at the end, and we have had a few stoppages in the second period. Large wall. Cisse bouncing around in front of it. New rules this year of players not being allowed to mix up the wall. It's Toure with the shot, straight into the wall, and then the follow-up shot goes also into a block. And Angola escape another Gambia attack. Sona, but Cisse was on the edge of the area, not on the penalty spot. And Tony Kabasa, unsurprisingly, wasting as many seconds as possible before falling in a heap on the ball. Just 2 minutes left. Of course, when the final whistle goes, it will still only be the half-time position of this tie, with the away leg still to come, as indeed is the case for all of the 14 preliminary round ties happening through this week. Well, in the event, that was an important header by Jose Macaya. Send it back to the goalkeeper again. Goalkeeper not happy with Cisse coming up and just swinging a foot at him, but if you're going to waste time like that and invite the forward in, then you kind of got to expect them to try and get the ball from you. Tom Saintfiet, the coach of Gambia, giving the fourth official whatnot. Feeling the pressure much in the same way his team is. Long throw up front. Fabio Abrao picks it up for Angola. Just less than a minute now to go, and plus time added on. And Yano is caught offside in his first meaningful contribution to the game since coming on a couple of moments ago. Seconds to go. It's all or nothing now for the Gambia, if they want to get something out of this home tie in World Cup qualifying. Into injury time. Everybody getting forward now in a red shirt. Everybody in a white shirt getting back to defend the 1-0 lead. Long ball in. Headed back out again by Bastos, who's had an excellent game in the heart of that Angolan defence. No way through there. Bojan goes back and the crowd want the ball to go the other way. So then you may have heard that 4 minutes of added time here, so there is still a little chunk of time for the Gambia to take advantage of. But they need to take advantage of it quickly because time is sliding away from them. Long ball forward, Colley is there, it goes behind, it'll be a corner. Ibrahima Colley won't need any encouragement, he wants to get on with it straight away, but at the moment Cisse is the only man in the middle, and he's saying to his colleague, come on, calm down, let the teammates get into the box as well to support. Colley then swings it in, deep, and it's headed out again by Angola. Ball comes in, Cisse! Couldn't get there. And it's going to be another corner. Well, it looked for all the world there that was going to find a red shirt. 3 of them all in the right area. None of them, though, could stretch out a foot. Almost 2 minutes of the 4 gone. Colley again will send this in. It's another good ball in, but there's nobody in a red shirt within 5 meters of that cross. And it's taken away by Yano. Throw in. Cisse comes across to take it this time. Takes it long. That was not legal, but he's been allowed to get away with it. And it's over the top from Barrow. And the man who scored the winner against Algeria in the friendly last time out was all set there for another late burst of glory. And instead, he leaned back and shot it over the bar. Well, that surely was the chance. With only a minute or so left. Well, I would imagine that the Gambia will actually be quite pleased under those circumstances that the referee has gone to see how the Angolan is, because that was a woeful free kick forward. Omar Colley will be grateful to get another opportunity to provide something a little more meaningful. That's a better kick into the middle, but it's still met by an Angolan head. Not the best clearance, but Angola are going to get away with that. Yano now into Freddie. Into Makaya, and they can bring the ball forward now with Isaac Carrera taking his time into the last 30 seconds in Bakau, and the Gambia poach the ball again. Cisse is there, but so too is Bastos. 20 seconds left. Barrow again turns goalward. Cisse needs to be in the box though, Cisse. There are 3 there though. If he can get the ball in, he can, but it's out by the goal scorer today, Wilson. And a free kick given away, and is that it as we tick past the 94-minute mark? We are now on the time added on to time added on. ticking past 5 minutes of added time at the end of the game. Let's not forget that this is still only going to be half-time at the end of this match. Gambia will still have an opportunity to rectify things in the second leg. So by no means all hope should be abandoned by fans of the Gambia. Referee then blows, and this should be pretty much the last kick of the game. And the referee blows at the end of 90 fascinating minutes in Bakau. It's Wilson's goal in the first half that separates the sides heading into the second leg next week in Luanda. It's finished here in Bakau. Gambia 0, Angola 1.